So you're thinking about selling a piece of real estate. Are you crazy? Haven't you watched social media where they tell you to never sell any piece of real estate? Well, clearly everybody has different needs when it comes to the real estate they own, the investment properties that they have. Part of this video, we just want to encourage you to understand a little bit more about the process of selling a home, especially when you call Aaron and Heather, how we look at that process and what we would want to empower you with as you're thinking and making those decisions. So if you've decided to sell the house and now you're just a little bit confused about the noise that you hear online or on the radio about selling your home fast, as is condition, cash buyers, no showings, no commissions, a couple of things that are important to keep in mind. When something sounds too good to be true, it often is. And second of all, you've made a great investment owning a piece of real estate in Southern California. And if you're looking to sell, now's the time to not leave money on the table during the process. And a lot of those buyers or those programs that they have is exactly that, a chance to leave too much money on the table.
And we probably have a buyer for your property. We've got a lot of buyers that we've been working with for a month or two, or buyers that have come to us and said, this is what we want. Let us know when it's available. We're not in a hurry to move, but when it comes to the market, we want it. So there's a good chance that we have a buyer that's ready for your home.
Regardless of condition. You know, believe it or not, we have buyers that call us and say, we want a home that needs work. You know, they love watching HGTV. They want to make it their own. So don't be afraid. If your home needs work, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to take a massive hit on the value of it. And it definitely doesn't mean that you're going to have to get in there and put in carpet and paint and that sort of thing. So just give us a call. Let us look at your scenario. That'll really help us hone in on what your needs are, and maybe we can meet those needs without even taking it to the market.
So a lot of people think that when they buy their first piece of property, that they should keep that, turn it into a rental, and move on to their next. But looking at a piece of property as an investment isn't always the right thing to do. So one of the things that you'll talk to us about in that initial phone call is whether that's actually the right strategy, or whether it's better to sell, buy something new, and then consider what you should invest in.
We think it's funny because a lot of times our clients tell us they feel like they're convincing us to sell their home for them because we do take our job very seriously as consultants. And so when somebody calls us and says they would like to sell a piece of property, the first thing we think is, do they need to? But once we get through the understanding of it is a good idea to sell, and I can tell you what, after the last 10-year terror that our market has been in, watching prices continue to soar, I can honestly say there has never been a time, at least in our lifetime, that is better to sell a piece of property than what we're dealing with right now. But the question's always, where are you gonna go? If this is your primary residence, and we have a very short inventory right now, that's a fair question. And so that's what we're gonna ask next is, if you sell and this is the home that you live in, where do you plan on relocating to? We're gonna start looking at properties in that area, not because we believe we'll find your dream home right away, but we wanna make sure that what you're looking for actually does exist in the market at that time.
As listing agents, we are very focused on marketing your home to its fullest. We have an extensive marketing strategy. We use multiple platforms, digital, which includes video, social media, print, in-person open houses, private showings. We like to expose your home to every possible market that we can to get the most eyes on your property and really create that excitement and that buzz for your home. And on that note, we also want to honor your needs. Anything that you're uncomfortable with, we will never do, we will never push. But we will be honest with you about what we think is going to get the best result, and then allow you to steer us in whatever direction you're most comfortable with.
Now, if the property you're asking us to sell is an investment property and you're concerned about, am I gonna have to pay capital gains? Even if it's your primary residence and you are above your exemption, that may also be a concern for you. So if you're concerned about capital gains taxes and how to handle accommodators, and if even these terms concern you because you haven't looked into them yet, that's perfectly fine as well.
What we're really trying to say is, just call us.
That's way better than watching us on video, I promise.
Yes.